telling my mom today, and she agreed because we both have this philosophy through our years of filmmaking that, like, it's very against my nature to sit in silence. And I mean, I contemplate things, like, literally that's my bread and butter, but I don't sit in silence while doing it. I always talk it out with another person.
Yeah.
But I find that creatively I have my best and, like, clearest ideas if I give myself, like, enough, like, calm time to, like, actually have the idea, which is kind of rare for me because I'm such an extrovert. So, like,
wow, look at you learning yourself a little bit every day.
So I feel like I always come up with the best ideas for these episodes if I just had, like, this morning I was literally laying in my bed for like 45 minutes, not sleeping, fully awake.
Well, I mean,
just vibing and, like, reading what we had in there and thinking about it.
There's definitely enough here. So this one
I know,
should be
a fucking lot of notes.
Yeah, and you took some shit out now that I'm just looking at it again. So yeah. It's gonna work out. But
Yeah.
I don't know how do you wanna describe what this is that we're talking about today.
Everyone is very familiar with the term PDA, public
What?
display of affection. This episode is PDD, public display of dating.
I don't know
if that's the real title, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get that off the ground.
But that's the
we'll go
idea
with
for
it.
the topic.
PDD, we'll go with it.
Yes. But first, and related to this, I actually want to give an audience comment / continuation from the body count episode.
Yada, 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 yada.
Yeah. Because people are very triggered by this vacation ghost, as someone said.
People are very triggered
Bermuda
by
Triangle.
you talking this shit about bodies that don't count. Everybody
They're
counts.
really triggered. And here's my thing. I didn't think I needed to make this clear, but appears I do, so I will. People are very confused on the implications of something mattering or not mattering. Because the arguments I have been seeing from the naysayers of saying that the Bermuda Triangle body is not a thing and that everybody counts.
It's not a thing, but continue.
Is they keep telling me, like, it doesn't, like, yeah, body count doesn't matter, so everybody counts. That's, like, the main argument I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
This is not logical. This is born out of a societal pressure to, like, be honest when it doesn't. It's private. It's a private thing.
There
like,
we go. She back to her 65%. Man.
Because here's the thing: is it's like if body count truly is like it's not a public display of dating. It's a private thing, and that's part of why it doesn't matter.
That's true, I guess.
You're all the less obligated to be honest about it. Like, it's immaterial. Like, literally the definition, and it's not even really about, like, truth or false or lying or honesty. It's more just about, like, the definition of what something is. Like, people have this idea of, like, the public eye and, like, it all counts because it doesn't matter. It's like, no, none of it counts because it doesn't matter. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say at the point that it doesn't matter. You're only obligated to be honest about shit that when it does matter, like when you're, like, with an actual serious partner and they're, like, questioning.
I feel like
you,
this would be the part where I have my patriarchy button right now, but okay. I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
I'm respecting you. That's why I want to let you go.
Because if somebody was like, what's, like, a stupid example? Like, if somebody said, "What did you have for dinner?" And I was like,
"This dick."
No, and I was like, I had, well, okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean, even that, like, okay, sure, that exactly. I was going to say pizza. I was going to say something normal. But if somebody's like, "What'd you have for dinner?" I said, "This dick." And I was lying. It would literally mean nothing to them, me, or the situation. It doesn't matter because they're not involved or it's not relevant to them in any way.
Well, I'm hearing you. And again, I'm glad that you got this off of your chest. But while you say it doesn't matter to all of the different factors, sure, I guess it doesn't, but it doesn't change it as a matter of fact. And as the fake logical person on this podcast, I deal in the matter of fact. And the fact is, if for dinner you had pizza and dick, then you had pizza and dick.
So, great. So, fair
And if you
point.
only had pizza, cool.
I'm hearing you.
Even if you're lying to me about what you had.
I'm hearing you.
It doesn't change the fact.
My counter to this goes back to my whole, like, virginity is just a construct thing. Like, then you're talking about like, okay, the fact is you had sex with someone or didn't.
Correct.
That's so much more gray area than what most people like want to even say. So then you get into the whole thing. Like somebody commented on some stranger commented on my TikTok. I posted this clip and they were like, "Nah, if they were in you or you were in them, that body counts."
Wait, time out. You back on TikTok now?
A little bit. Just a secret.
Wow, surprise! Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Never even knew.
And I'm like, okay, well, so then what you're saying is that every body is only defined by penetrative sex, which is so stupid. Like, that's nonsense even besides. Like, there are actually guys that, like, I didn't have penetrative sex with who I would much sooner consider a quote-unquote body than some of the ones that I have. So, like, then it's just, again, like, you can just break it down and down and down, and it's just stupid. And it doesn't fucking matter because it only matters to me because it's my body count. So I'm just like, there's a confusion here about something being more relevant because it doesn't matter. No, it's less relevant because it doesn't matter.
At King Kristen
Yeah,
Renee
there you
on IG. Go ahead, slide in them DMs. Let her know how wrong she is. But it's cool. We appreciate her bringing her truths. You're living your truth.
I am.
And we appreciate it.
Plus, like, all the men that, like, were like, nah. And it was, like, my friend, so it was funny. But, like, plenty of men being like, nah, it all counts. I'm like, that sounds great for you. You don't get to comment on mine. Like, it's literally not relevant to your life.
We don't want to lose our numbers. Come on now. So like, we're not lowering our numbers for nothing, girl. Please, must be outside your mind. Like, please, no, we don't do it out here. Like, but okay, all right. So that was the audience comment. You just felt like you needed to get out the way. All right, fair enough. So where you want to start with this PDD stuff? Do you want to hit that schedule, or you want to go somewhere else?
No, let's go somewhere a little more tangible to the public displays of dating. How about the point that you put on there, the noticing someone?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, one thing, and, now we back outside and lock me down again, but whatever. One thing that I've been reminded of noticing is just like when you see somebody and they're clearly, they notice you. Like they seen you, they eyeballing you, they doing whatever. They're not just staring off into the winds. Like, they're looking at you.
Yeah.
But when you look over there, based on their situation, I mean, short of there are some particular outfits or flags, if you will, that would let me know you're clearly not dating.
Yeah.
You're clearly there on a date.
Okay.
And I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like, is the date going bad? Like, do you need help? Like, should you be hitting the bartender up? Like, why are you just standing over there staring hard when it's looking like that? Why don't you separate from that situation? But they just kind of stay there. And it's just, I've just noticed that a little bit. And I don't know if it's just coming out of quarantine that I'm noticing it more. Because people are like, oh, dang, I got to make sure I get something, so I'm not going to leave this situation or whatever. See, I'm not clear, but
you're saying you don't like it. You want people to stop doing this, like making it eyes at someone who then...
I don't know that I don't like it. I just don't like it when all it is that, and then there's nothing else happens. Because it's like, I'm not going to... Because here's my thing. If I'm clearly in, like, let's just say for this example, I'm just with the boys. So it's like me, Vic, and Joe out. We just having some drinks. I'm clearly just out here having drinks. I'm not with nobody. I've been eyeballing you, giving you the smiles, whatever. You're over there, like your date looking ass.
Yeah.
But you're not going to come over here and talk to me? I'm not going over there on the off chance that you are dating that guy to start some fight. I don't know you, bitch. Like...
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think it's definitely not your responsibility at that point to do the
So my thing is like, do something.
But if this girl really is on a date and it's going bad,
then stop looking at me.
Yeah, but what if it's going bad?
Talk to the bartender. There's ways to get out of this. No, holler at one of the girls. Hey, grab some. First of all, y'all girls are great at randomly being friends. When you go to the bathroom and y'all become best friends like you always do, when you take 16 selfies in the bathroom, leave with them. Like, just, it's not that hard.
I don't know. I'd say it's pretty. If you're really on a one-on-one date and you're not there with other people, it's pretty hard to end that date and hit on another guy that's at the bar. That's a tall order.
You do not strike me as a person that would actually claim that to be difficult. The savage in you doesn't strike me.
Maybe not. I don't know. I could probably fucking figure it out, but like I don't think I represent the like standard.
But that's why I'm like, who you defending out here?
I don't know. I mean, I've been on dates where it's like not that fun, and there's other people there, and it's like, damn, I wish I was like fucking with these people. So you might like make eyes at them, but it's hard to like figure out how to like exit one date and fucking somehow be on a different one. Like that's a lot. I don't know.
Damn, look, that's my brother-in-law over there. Let me just run over and say hi real quick. Never come back. I feel like there's so many lies that y'all be pretending you don't want to make up. Like, y'all just are either fake, not creative, or you just don't want to try.
I mean, fair. That's a great point. I'll give it to you.
But again, my point is just stop looking over there that much. Like, stop. It's like when you see like.
What if are you sure it's not you looking over there?
Oh, I know it's
yeah,
a combo.
Sure it's not you looking over there.
It's definitely a combo. But I'm like, I can't. If we're making eye contact too much, then we both looking. That's my point. If we making eye contact too much, we're both looking. Like if I'm not making eye contact, then obviously
I don't know. I feel like the best thing to do in that situation, regardless of which party you are in the equation, is to just like slip them your number inconspicuously when the date's not around. Either person could do that.
What do you need saved? That's where your waiter comes in.
Just hold up a sign.
That's where your waiter comes in.
Yeah. Just use the waiter. Yeah, I don't know, something. I feel like either the person on the date or the person not on the date who wishes they were could like be like slip the number.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll start utilizing these servers more and I guess carrying pens and writing on fucking napkins because that's what we're doing in 2021 now. I'm writing on fucking napkins and carrying pens around. Like, cool.
Just pull up. Here's what you do. You just pull up fucking Instagram story, go to create mode, type in, hey, here's my number, and then pull up AirDrop and see if you can like find the money AirDrop and just AirDrop it across the room. See if they're open to everyone.
The last time I left AirDrop on in a public bar, I received an AirDrop of some girl's titties. So
great.
And we actually solved the mystery on whose titty that was.
Perfect.
But yeah. That's not a good idea. It's not.
No, it's fine. It's great. I kind of love that.
She was. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's a story for another time. Check the Patreon. But no. But okay. No, that was just something on my mind. I just had to talk it out. But okay, I hear you. Yeah. So I appreciate it. So I'll take that back. I'll take that back. So true. All right. What next?
So. I want to go to this idea of like, and it can be that we can go to this family sort of, but it's kind of like just in general, like bringing, like publicly dating someone and you're around other people. Like there's very different levels to this. Like how do you handle it? Like dating someone, bringing them around the family, bringing them around the friends, just being in public at all. Like there's different levels. Like how do you approach this and what levels are like more or less difficult?
I don't know. I feel like for me personally, it's like if I have acknowledged you as my girl,
yeah,
then there's no like levels. It's like I'll take you wherever. Like you can meet the people, like you can meet the parents, you can meet the friends, you come to the quarantine, it's all good. Mm-hmm. But like I didn't say she could be on the quarantine, so she could come see the quarantine. Yeah. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Okay, shut up. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if I allow you to get to that spot, then or we get to that spot together, then like, hey,
agreed. But that's the easy. Cool. That's the easy one. You guys have already mutually decided to be exclusive and in a relationship. Yeah. You shouldn't have any reason to not want to be in public. But I feel like there's a lot of, especially like.
So you're saying before we get there?
Yeah, before that point, because I don't necessarily think that I'm never gonna have like that choice to make. Should I bring them? Should I not bring them? Before we're at that point, like that's the gray area where it's like
Well, see, I mean, I guess then that goes to the difference between the friends and the family, because like I mean, my friends, I'll just tell them to shut the fuck up. Like, just chill. Like, we're whatever. We are what we are. Like, I'll let you know.
Okay.
So, like, they can come through to most of the friend things. That's irrelevant.
Okay.
Now, as far as, like, bringing you over to Betsy, like, you know, backyard bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get just, like, no VIP access to that right away. Like, and if you do, like I know I've said on a previous pod, like, I need to set it up in a way where you show up with hopefully a large group of people where I can make sure that you claim on to being someone else's friend.
So you're trying to, your approach is hide it.
Oh, no, it's not hiding. It's just that.
I mean,
It's not. If we're not on that level where you're my girl, then I'm not hiding you. You're not my girl. Because you're saying I'm going to the gray area before. If you're my girl, then like I just said, it's easy. Everything, we're good to go.
well, agreed with that.
But if
I just
you're
don't think
not,
it's. I just don't think it's that black and white of like if we're not on that level, then I'm gonna try to make my parents think that we're literally
is
you're
coming
literally friends with
from-
someone else.
Well, again, African parents are a whole nother beast.
Yeah.
I'll say that till the cows come home. And two, this is coming from the woman who literally refers to her dates as Christian dates because she doesn't like solo dates. So I really don't have no time for you.
Well, why?
This.
What meaning? What
Like you only do group dates. Like you'd be like, I need my people outside. So for you, this like entrance to your friends, like that is that's a normal date. For me, that's like an introduction because I would have been taking you on actual solo dates before that. So that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, again, everybody's different.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
don't know.
honest.
I don't know if that's. Yeah, I know I have said that. It is true, but it is true in one sense, but also not true because in that scenario, I would sort of be like, I don't know. I just think it's different. I just think it's different. Like
She
your
said,
thing
"I
about
don't
like
know."
your thing about like if I'm like casually dating them, they can be around my friends, no problem. I actually don't really feel that way because
Why not?
I feel that way a lot more now than I did years ago because I feel like I have grown up, so I just don't care about society's pressure anymore. But B, like have like conditioned my friends more to understand the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
But for many years, I never wanted to bring anyone around my friends or family because it would just get so overamped.
It becomes so many questions, so much
Yeah.
this, that wasn't necessary. But
Well, and regardless if there were open questions explicitly stated to me or like actual stuff being said about it, like it was obvious that that's how everybody around me was
Perceiving
feeling,
it, yeah.
was perceiving the situation, and that really bothered me because I never felt like I was necessarily on this like linear trajectory of like you date 3 people and you marry the third one in your mid to late 20s. Like that just never.
Yay, white picket fence, let's go.
Yeah, like that just never felt like something I was gonna do. It's not. I'm not talking shit. I just like I never felt that.
Yeah,
that
for
was
you,
for me.
you just knew that wasn't
Yeah, and
that wasn't the
so
plan.
when I was feeling like everybody else perceiving whoever I was with in that way, it really, really bothered me because I didn't feel like I was being perceived correctly then as to what I was doing, and I wasn't sure if the person I was bringing around was perceiving the situation correctly, if they're getting those vibes too. I don't know. I just think it's more complicated and nuanced than it might seem. Because, like, to your point about like wanting it to appear like they're almost like friends with someone else who's there, like it's complicated. I'm agreeing with you.
But I only do that because, again, that's because my parents specifically and African parents that I've met in general, they overreact to everything.
Yeah.
Especially if you are like me and you've been single for a large majority of your
Yeah.
adult life. They are just looking at it like, okay, let me put it like this. Every time that I go to Uganda, and I go and I see a bunch of my aunties, uncles, judges, whoever, it can't be like, I could put a timer on it. From the moment that they say hi to me to the moment that they ask this question, can't be more than 300 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
When are you bringing me your wife?
Yeah.
where's my grandchild?
Right.
Where's my nephew, my niece? Why? What? Is she back home? Why did she not come? That is the whole thing every single time.
Right.
And that's just what they do. Like,
Right.
and I get it. They, the fake bloodline shit we've talked about before.
Yeah.
And all just like the loving of children and all that. Like, but that's just what I'm used to. So for me, I'm like, y'all can't come around any other way because I'm like, if I'm not sure that you the one, even if I might hope,
Right.
the last thing I need is for any of them
But
to meet
see-
you, and then for the next 3 months when you're not around, every time I see them, oh, where did Kristen go? Oh,
Right.
she was so nice. Oh,
Right.
you guys look so good together. But nah. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
I like my
see,
life.
I'm actually,
No.
but my point is that I'm actually saying the same thing. Like, I do think there's a certain less, like, that's very, like, they're saying it to you. They're
Correct.
literally badgering you.
Yes.
But I think it's more than people are perceiving, that those notions are still prevalent, like, everywhere. Because I feel like, and maybe it's just like, again, women, it's like when you're gonna have a fucking baby, like,
Yeah, it's just
that, whether it's said or unsaid, like, that's still, like, super, super in people's minds, regardless of if they're saying it to me or not. And like I said, I've gotten older to where I'm just like, I don't fucking care what you fucking people think. So now I've been more like, okay, I'm gonna, like, bring whoever around.
But
that
for me,
want,
I feel
but-
like this is more, that's a more family thing, and we'll
Yeah,
talk about a thing
yeah.
with the family. With the friends, I'm like, I don't think it's a problem with the friends. Like, just bring them around. Like, it's cool. Like, because really, if it's my guys, there's only 2 questions they're gonna ask me. You fucking her? Yes or no? You like her?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Right.
Otherwise, we're just not. We have nothing else to talk about. Like, we're good. So we just move on, and it's cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like with the friends, it's a very easy thing. If it's female friends, y'all might ask like one more question.
I don't know.
like,
I just feel like a
but-
lot of pressure, not directly from my actual friends, but like just from like literally anyone observing me in a relationship. There is like this extreme pressure on women to like be like, she's pursuing a partner to have a kid, especially getting older. Like, it's like,
Well, it's a good thing you have a
That's
whole
literally
podcast
right there.
that's clearly telling people what you feel about having
Yeah.
kids. So you're good. You're safe. You're
well,
good.
but it's not really about me and my decision making or not. Like,
I know what you're saying.
you know, it's just sort of like it's always like there. So it's just like interesting how it's like you're being in public with a guy. I actually get treated a lot better when I'm in public with a guy than when I'm not. So like that's like a whole thing too. Not by my friends or my people, but like by
just
like
in general.
people in society. Yeah.
I mean, if you see someone on a quote unquote date, most people are respectful. Most, not all, but most. So.
Not even like that. Not even that though. Like more like not even a date. Like just in general. If I'm
Yeah,
with
well, no, but that's why I'm saying quote unquote.
yeah.
If I see you sitting, like, if I see y'all sitting at a table and you're the only 2 people there, I know nothing about you. The patriarchy
Right.
makes me think that y'all are on a date.
Yeah.
So I'm going to respect that for the most part.
But I don't think. See, but they're not respecting the date. They're respecting the guy. That's the difference.
Okay, but the respect is there.
Right. But if I was sitting one-on-one at a table with a girlfriend, I would not get that same respect as if the man was the one there.
Correct. They
Yeah.
would think that you're 2 single girls and they would go up, even if you weren't. Like,
Right.
if you were actually on a date, they
Right.
wouldn't look at it that
Right.
way. In general, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother. We're not even getting into that today, so don't throw that away.
And then there's
Patriarchy.
like a whole thing about like the way that people talk about like dating when they've like observed people publicly, like phrases that people use and the way that they describe people. Like people say all the time, like, she's way too pretty to be single, like this thing, or like.
But she is.
But it's
did
like
you see her?
No,
Like, oh my! Did you? See, but Kristen, did you see her though? Like, that girl should not be single.
But that implies that the ultimate goal is to not be. It implies that there's something that like is preventing someone from being coupled if they're not. It just implies a whole lot of shit about like the trajectory of people in their lives.
I hear you. I can't even disagree with you. But again, when I see that fine ass girl and she's single, I'll be like, wow, we.
Or like the other day, I went out to dinner with a friend and we were talking about like some mutual acquaintances that we know who are now dating, and we both knew them separately, like years ago, but for way completely unrelated reasons. And so like we were talking about this now couple and how funny it was that they were dating when they grew up in these like way separate circles.
Yeah.
And he was like, and my friend was like, I don't know, like she's kind of a whore, da 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 da. And I was like, so am I. What's your point? I'm confused. What does that have any bearing on the subject? And he was like, well, I don't know. And he just laughed. I mean, like, we're good friends, whatever. And he just laughed. He just laughed and he was like, well, you're not out here like with all the different homies in the one group. Da, da, da. I'm like, how would you know that? Maybe I am. And also, again, literally, who cares?
Keep it on a hush.
So it's
Keep it on a hush.
just the way that it's like, and not even, I'm not trying to come down to my friend necessarily. Like, it's again all this stuff that is like ingrained in
the
us
patriarchy.
to believe
I know
that like you can't make a housewife out of a whore, and it's like
you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Right.
I just want to make sure we said that correctly
Right.
for the people outside.
which
outside.
which not only is not true, but it also implies that every bitch wants to be a housewife. So like there's many different.
Obviously, it's not true. Obviously, it's not true. Ask Chris Humphries, Kanye, James Harden, Ben Simmons, Ray J. Obviously, it's not true. Like, it's ridiculous. God damn, duh.
Yeah.
It's silly, so silly. God, bringing up crazy things. The patriarchy, I get it. Girl, man, you got jokes today. I get. I'm here for it. But no, I do understand what you're saying on a larger point. And as you know me, I'm just here for the jokes. But, like, I don't know. It's just something that I don't know that will... I mean, it's not going to be fixed, that mindset.
No.
Unfortunately, anytime soon.
And I don't know if it's, like, necessarily, like, a...
Fix might be the right word.
But it's more just like...
change.
It does really weigh on me when I'm considering, like... Should I bring someone to X, Y, or Z function based on who's going to be there? Of just like the conversations and the way that society deems like these public displays of dating. Like, what does this mean? It's like, doesn't fucking mean anything. It means I'm just like literally dating this guy. Who cares?
You question the PDD, but like we know you, especially after you've had some of the Jesus juice.
Yeah.
You love the PDA.
Oh, I love PDA.
All
love it.
day. You're like, you better love me.
Yeah, 100%.
like
I know, I'm a woman of contradiction. What can I say? I fucking love PDA. Love it. Love it.
Shake my head.
But you put on here, what'd you put about PDA?
So
Can't do PDA in front of the parents? Really?
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't
Just
do
like
it.
at all? Like
Nah. I think
arm around?
I think I've kissed a girlfriend on the lips in front of my parents one time, and it was real quick. It was not one of those like, ooh, like it was just a smooches, baby. Like, nah. Like I'm not making out in front of my parents at all. I'm not doing the little booty slaps. I'm not doing the little like. Actually, okay. The only thing that I'll say is I would do a little bit freakier of a dance in front of my parents if we were at like a wedding where everyone's dancing.
Okay.
And she knew that was my girl, we'd be but everyone's dancing. That's that's the only situation I would.
But why? Why? Because your parents aren't very PDA, or just because?
I mean, maybe
what do you think is the root of
that's
this?
it, but also
Let's psychoanalyze you here.
Okay, go ahead. You want to get me on the couch? Should I put the feet up? Like, do the thing? Like, no. I mean,
why are you afraid of PDA?
I don't know. I think just growing up, like, it was not something that was blatantly presented in front of me.
Okay.
And I look at that as a respect thing. People may look at it as a different way, but I look at it as a respect thing.
Sure.
So I like to carry that same respect. I'm like, hey, y'all wanted to have sexy time, but y'all wasn't showing it in my face. So I'm not about to show you in your face that I want to have sexy time too. So I just don't do that. Like, and I mean, 2021, let's be real. And I mean, you met my parents. Like, they be outside, they be having fun,
Yeah,
they
they
be doing
do.
the thing. But like, they not outside till 3 a.m. We good. Like, I can wait.
Yeah,
Like,
fair enough.
It's not really a rush. Like, do I really need to make out with you right now at 9:30 p.m. or can I wait like an hour for them to go to bed and then we can go right to the town like with the friends? Like, I don't think it's that serious.
Sure.
So that's my other thing too. It's just not like, what's the rush? Like, do you really think I'm like if my parents know that we're dating? I'll make sure that they know.
Yeah.
And that should be enough. If you really need me to make out with you in front of my parents,
No,
that's
I
something
mean,
we
yeah,
need to.
no.
That's something we need to talk about.
No,
Like,
yeah, it's definitely. I think you're absolutely not alone in this notion. I'm just
Say that one more
pressing
time?
you.
I can think of one scarring moment when I had a girl sleep over one time at my parents.
At their house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that she was sleeping over.
Yeah.
And my dad came down in the morning and early as hell too, like 7, and like he was like going in my room to grab something, and he saw that she was there in the bed with me,
That's really
and he
funny.
literally was like, grabbed the covers and was like, "Y'all get out." He's like,
Wait,
"You gotta
really?
go, I swear to God."
That's why you're scared to do any PDA in front of your parents. You're fucking traumatized.
I'm not gonna pretend I wasn't traumatized, but yeah, he literally was
Wait,
like,
how old were you at this instance?
23.
Okay, so not too young, but not too old either.
Yeah, I mean, old enough to fight that man, which I
Right.
was definitely
That's
considering
so funny.
to do
Oh my
in the
god,
moment.
did you talk to that girl for like a while after that, or was she scared and she ran away?
We talked for a little bit longer.
She was like,
Enough
never
longer.
step in there again.
Oh yeah, she didn't come back to the house for
He
like
literally
7
ripped the
months.
covers off and was like, get the fuck up. That's wild.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
One time my mom walked in on me making out with a guy when I was in high school, and she just burst out laughing. She literally just burst out laughing and was like, hey, what's up, guys?
That's the difference. That right there. That is the
We
quarantine.
weren't even doing anything bad. We were literally kissing. Like, that's all. We were literally in high school kissing.
That's
it
the
was
quarantine's difference. Like 110%.
She literally
like,
burst out laughing. It was like, hey, guys, what's up?
Nah, can't do it. But no, okay. So then, less than that, we might as well just hit that real quick. Like, what about just talking to people around your family? And when I say like talking, so I'll even bring up a real story that I just had a couple weeks ago. I was at this bar, with my dad and like 2 of his, like, basically like my uncles. And there were these girls behind us. And I was feeling quite happy. It was a Michigan game or something. I was feeling good. So I ordered some shots, and I ordered some shots for them.
Yeah.
And then they was like, oh, well, we're not just going to take them by ourselves. So they came over to the table. So now we're sitting here with all these girls.
Yeah.
And we take some shots. And now we're like talking, because they weren't just going to leave. They're like hanging out. And I was like, there was a moment where after we had taken the shots, I looked over and I could feel my dad just looking at me. So I had to look over like, ooh. And so I ordered another shot to get him more drunk. But like, it worked great. Because he was out in about 10 more minutes. So it was cool. But like, I just feel like I'm more comfortable doing it in front of my dad because I can just get him drunk easier.
Oh.
I feel like my mom would just sit there judging the hell out of whoever I'm talking to. And just sitting there like, no, I won't take this Henny, thank you. Water, please. Just looking, and I couldn't do it in front of her. Like, I don't know. I don't think I could be successful in front of her. Actually, is more what I'm trying to say. But Yeah, I just think it'd be weird. Like, I
That's
don't know.
a pretty
it's just weird.
unique situation. I'm trying to think if I've been in a situation where like the whole family was there and I was like talking to some dudes.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, my family's unique. I've been in multiple bar situations with them, so
Yeah.
it's not.
I mean, I've been in bars with my mom,
But you ain't been hollering. You've been hanging out with ma.
pretty much.
Yeah, I've been outside and I've been like, yeah, I love you guys, but homegirl over there looking too fine. Can't just leave her alone like that. Like, that's rude.
I mean, I've definitely been in bars with my mom and brother and friends, and like their guys show up there that I mean, nothing is a secret. So like they all fully know that I'm like messing with somebody. So
oh,
it's
when
like
someone
just
pops up.
Yeah, somebody pops up. And and literally, usually it's Sam who's just like, "What are you doing, Kristen? Go talk to them." But yeah, or Pam. Yeah, Pam will be like, "Stop playing. You know you want to talk to them."
All right, should we go to this schedule real quick?
Go to the social media quick. The social media. This is big right now. The social
This
media
thing?
soft launch
Okay, yeah.
of the relationship.
All I got is that I hate it, but go ahead.
Why? Why do you hate it?
It's stupid.
In what way?
Soft launch? Like, what the fuck am I, a product?
Well, soft launch is just like a jokey way to refer to it.
No, I don't care. There should be no joking about me, bitch.
So you're saying just like post me.
110%. Don't be out here going on your Snapchat stories, putting my hand in the video, letting my voice be in the video, you hanging out with me all night, and I can't be seen? Bitch, then I don't want to be seen with you.
I don't think that it's I didn't read it as like a thing of like they're not wanting you to be seen. I didn't see it that way.
It's only an insult to me. I don't look at it any other way. Like, literally, like, this is the Sith in me. Like, only a Sith deals in absolutes. I deal in absolute in this way. If you can't show me, you don't know me. You don't know me, as T.I. would say.
See, whereas I see it as like it's like a courtesy to. It's like a courtesy.
For what? What am I doing out there? I needed a courtesy when I came out there to date you up, take you out, drink you up, do all the things. What was my courtesy?
But okay, yeah, but again, you're thinking of it as like we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Then yeah, there is no in between. Like, just fucking post me. It's done. I'm saying like someone that you've been seeing, it's kind of growing. Like, we're approaching cuffing season. We're about to talk about this cuffing season schedule. Like, there's definitely like a middle ground between like we're fully
and again,
in this.
what is the courtesy that you're doing me? I want to hear what the courtesy is you're doing me, because we've only been hanging out for a couple weeks. It's very easy to explain that I've only been hanging out with you a couple weeks. What courtesy are you doing me? You're doing me nothing other than disrespecting me by not showing me because you're trying to hide me from your other hoes.
Sometimes like sometimes people don't want to have like the full on conversation yet. They're not ready for that, and yet they also are still trying to be like, I am trying to like see if we like want to do this. I just think there's like a more, I don't know, easier way to just like sort of like try things out and see if both parties are into it.
Someone else is really on their mind. They're trying to make that person.
No. I actually that could be true, but also no. No.
There's
perhaps they're being toxic and trying to hide you. Perhaps they're being toxic and trying to hide you, but that's not always the case. That is 100% not always the case.
What positive reason could there be for this? Because I'm just being genuine with you. I don't think there's a positive reason.
I've been talking to a guy for a little bit of time, but not a lot of time, and I am very into him, but I'm not ready to be like totally we're in a relationship official yet, then I would like it if I showed up maybe on your story, but not on the grid, or maybe just like in the background, but not like fully like you're taking a post of me being like, here's my girl. Like, maybe I feel like I've been in those situations many times where it's like, I'm not ready for you to just publicly be like, this is fully my girlfriend. Like, I don't know if I want to be your girlfriend, but I'm trying to like see if this is like something that I do want. We're trying it out. It's cuffing season. It's getting into it. Like, it's just more casual and kind of like slowly like weeks over a couple of weeks of dating.
But then why post? Like, I don't understand.
Because, okay, so then there you go. So then it just gets down to the real point of it, that you don't really like post like that. Like, I'm saying, like, people post on their story all the fucking time.
I know. I see it all the time.
Right. So I'm saying, if you're somebody that's posting all the time on your story and it's clear that you're keeping me off it. I'm not in the background. I'm not in it a little bit. That to me is insulting. Like I'm like I should be appearing like kind of in a casual way on your story if we're like sort of dating.
See, first of all, that sounds like a two to tango shit. Because if you're not doing it, I'm not doing it. Like, if you're not doing it, I'm not doing it.
But you don't. I'm saying like this is in the situation where like I post a lot on my story. If I'm also dating some, like I would have them like sort of be in my story without really explaining like, are they my man? Are they not? Like da da da. To me, that's like the more natural thing, in fact, than just being like, here's a post of us like hugging. Like that's too much. That's way too much. And also, I also really wouldn't like it if somebody did that without us having had the conversation.
You've already expressed how you don't like to be on social media. It's like, but I get it.
Like, if we're not ready for that conversation, and you just suddenly post me and are like my girl, then I'm like, okay, now I'm offended that you didn't come to me with this conversation of like, I'm your girl. What? Like, why am I finding out on the post?
Well, yes, if I'm putting the caption that's unaware, but I'm saying like. And I know I've brought this up before. Like, I'm saying, like, hey, y'all been hollering for a couple months, and I might have seen the back of homeboy's head one time. Nah, bitch. That ain't, no.
Sure.
Nah. I might have seen your hand with a bunch of rings.
Yeah, but a couple of months is way more time than I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, a, in total, like, 2-month window between September 15th and November 15th of like you've started talking, you're sort of dating, you're sort of out together, but you're not really exclusive yet. If he's not like sort of posting me a little bit, but not like going in for the full thing, then I'm actually annoyed that he's not putting me on like sort of the story a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This one you're just not gonna convince me. Like this soft launch thing, I'm nah.
We should play a game called or Nah. Never show a girl what's in it. When they're doing the engagement, you just show her hands.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Okay, hit the cuffing season
That's
schedule because that's our blast biggie that we need.
We'll go ahead, pull up the cuffing
thing. This
schedule.
thing, this.
So I don't want to fight with you no more.
It's been making the rounds, and I just could not disagree with this schedule more. You read it.
All right, so the quote unquote official cuffing season schedule: scouting, August 1st through the 31st. Drafting, September 1st through the 30th. Tryouts, October 1st to Halloween. Preseason games, November 1st to the 30th. Official cuffing season is December 1st to January 15th. We hit the playoffs January 16th to right before Valentine's Day on the 13th. And then the championship game is Valentine's Day, February 14th. Now, before you even go to anything, I will say the one thing that I will not disagree with this list is the championship game is definitely Valentine's Day. Like, if you make it to Valentine's Day, that's the championship game. Like,
right.
Let's be real. So that part I won't disagree
with you. Yeah.
But why don't you go ahead with what you got a problem with?
No, we can work backwards. The championship game, I'm with that for sure. Now, we've talked about the end of cuffing season being after that, which... So there might, but like for the premise of this.
For the purpose of this, yeah, no. Like here in Minnesota, we do adjust the dates, I would say, just because, with the weather and things, like it just. No. Cuffing season should really end in March, April, something like that.
Yeah.
But if we're going, now I don't want to work backwards. Let's not start the beginning. If we're starting with scouting actually starts the beginning of August, aka the best month of the year, then I am okay with that. But I agree with that. I would think that scouting should start. I think scouting should start at the latest July 4th weekend.
What?
Like a party weekend.
I don't know. I just feel like.
You think scouting should start earlier?
No, it should start way later. Like
Scouting.
August 1st through 31st? No way, dude.
I'm
still messing around with the summer roster. Like,
see, here's the thing. Scouting, you should always be scouting.
Yeah, but I don't. But this is a specific cuffing season schedule. So we're talking about when are you starting to look for the people that you really are considering?
Really trying to look.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, I would adjust. I would probably start well after history. So I would start September.
And also,
I would start Labor Day.
I wouldn't. Yes, Labor Day. After Labor Day is when you start.
I
And
saw
also, like, I don't think it doesn't take 3 months to scout, draft, and have tryouts.
Wow.
To me, that's 2 months.
You better call Bill Belichick. I'm
Yeah.
sure it takes a lot longer.
Well,
to
that's
build
fine.
a
But I'm saying
championship
2
team.
months. 2 months. So, Labor Day. So like September, whatever 6th or whatever it usually is, to November 1st is all of those things. And then I would
so
say
you're combining.
yes.
Okay, I got you.
But like you shouldn't. The thing that pisses me off about this graphic is
ahead.
that it's too early. You should not be cutting off the summer hose on August 1st. That is insane. That is a terrible fucking thing to do.
But I don't know
Wash
that
your mind.
Okay, but maybe we're reading it differently because I don't think that they're cutting them off on the 31st. Because to me, they're cutting them off before October 1.
No, because there's
'Cause
plenty
they're
of
drafting.
people. But you're in the boat of the fact that most or all of the summer hose are in contention to be on the cuffing season roster, and I'm saying then if that's the case, your summer hose are whack. You need some wild people on the summer roster that have no business at all being on the cuffing season roster. It's a completely different set of people.
Okay, then we clearly need to do another roster episode because I know this is the part where I'd have a producer pull up what you said about the roster, and you didn't say anything about that, but that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
I don't think you preseason is sort of just gimmicky. Like it's not really any like
They just try to
Yeah.
hit the NFL thing.
they
which
just
is
try to
fine,
hit the
yeah.
analogy, which I appreciate, but whatever.
But
I would say
I
that-
actually sort of agree with it in the sense of that is the first holiday month that is family oriented. So preseason is trying it out. And as we talked about earlier today, putting you around my family and close friends.
yeah,
So I kind of agree with that idea of the preseason.
right.
And if I was going to pick one of the two holidays to try and do that for, I would do it during Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving before I would do it around Christmas, personally. So
Yeah.
in that way, I do agree with it. But yes, it is gimmicky. Like, that
Right.
statement is not wrong.
Because really, I mean, if you go through, yeah, I don't know. The laying it out like this sort of makes it seem like everybody is still competing. Like there's multiple people competing
Yeah, like you got
all the way to the
opportunity. You got
championship
opportunity.
game.
Yeah. But
And I don't
realistically,
realistically, that's not the case. So the championship game is more like,
I mean, realistically, once you get to with this chart, once you get to and we'll tweet it out. But once you get to preseason, it ain't but what 3, maybe. Like it
really
ain't-
not even. I would kind of consider cuffing season to be like November 15th through March 15th.
But I'm saying, like,
vibe.
But what I'm saying is that once you get to the quote unquote preseason part of this, there's very few.
No, I'm saying
people.
there's no one. It's one.
It's just one person.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're just going through. That's your roster. It's a one person.
If you're ascribing to cuffing season, which I rarely do, but yeah. If you're
I
gonna
could see
gonna
that.
be true to cuffing season, then yeah, we're talking about
I
we're
could see
talking
that.
about you're whittling it down to one person that you're actually dating.
I mean, I guess
for these months.
the only reason I would say, like, looking at this schedule is I'm like, hey, somebody is working their way into getting that Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And so that's why I would say there might be more than one person before we get to December.
I mean, especially in Minnesota. I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, yeah, in Minnesota, because it's cold until May, like, there's plenty of time. You don't have to rush it on the front end. I feel like people,
and
especially,
yeah, that's why your biggest issue, well, is the dates.
yeah, the
Yeah.
whole the dates breakdown is
Yeah.
is an issue in my mind because
So
this
then-
is starting too early and not giving enough time for the actual cuff.
If you were to adjust these dates
Yeah.
based on how the schedule is, what would we have? And
I just don't think
I do like this thing, the star at the bottom that says
The
this schedule
schedules.
is subject to change based upon fill-ins.
I don't know. They're trying to do two different things with this graphic. Like they're trying to like make it almost seem like they're talking about a roster, and it's like no, the cuffing season thing is like the antithesis to the roster. You choose one or the other in my mind.
So I can see that.
Yeah.
But again, if we're gonna go on this basis, scouting is how many months to you?
Scouting does not start until Labor Day. You should not think about cuffing season until after August is over.
Scouting ends when?
Probably October 1st.
Okay. So then we out here now, we picking the squad, we draft in October 1.
To the 15th, probably.
Okay, so we're that window is tighter. So we're
Yeah,
not
it's
we're
tight.
not getting to Halloween without you've already drafted the squad.
Yeah.
The cuffing season squad.
Yeah.
Excuse
So
me.
then you have a roster
Okay.
that you've drafted. Now you're gonna work them all out.
So tryouts, are we going 15th to Halloween, or are you going longer?
I'd maybe give it like another week, like 3 weeks.
Okay, so 15th to the first week of
10th-ish,
November,
November
9th,
10th-ish.
10th, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Then preseason, are you going through November?
So what do you see as the purpose of the preseason in this cuffing season thing?
For me, the way that this is set up, I see the purpose of the preseason as, again, what we talked about earlier, the PDD. Now I'm bringing
Okay.
you around the real people. Because, again, scouting, drafting, tryouts, you ain't met the quarantine. You ain't met the homies. You just been outside.
Yeah, you just okay.
You ain't seen none of these people.
Then I sort of take back what I said. In the preseason, I would still allow 2 to 3 in contention,
Okay.
and then you bring them around.
But you would only have it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Like 2 tryout. Honestly, you need more time for the tryouts than the preseason. 3 weeks for tryouts, 2 for preseason. Like you're slowly cutting people.
Okay. So then in Minnesota, we're starting cuffing season what day?
I don't know. I kind of like your thing about like after Thanksgiving.
Googled it. Is that like I'm sure there's a national day.
No,
No, this is the fake Tinder thing. This is the fake Tinder official thing.
I feel like the Thanksgiving, right? Don't you think?
Black Friday, what's up? We good?
Almost before, but not because you want to fuck around on night before Thanksgiving.
Nah, because I think, first of all, I can't take you out the night before Thanksgiving. That's too dangerous. That's part of tryouts. If anything, that's the last day of tryouts. The day before Thanksgiving is the last day of tryouts. 100%. So cuffing season would start Black
Any
Friday.
walk-ons are just gonna make their moves. And
No, if I'm going to say anything, tryouts end the day before Thanksgiving.
okay.
And cuffing season begins Black Friday. That's how I'd feel comfortable with that.
Well, that's a preseason then. So then you have the preseason Black Friday through like December 10th. That's a little late. I don't know. I think cuffing season's like it might be fine. December 5th. Cuffing season say December 15th through, but that's short. It's awfully short.
Cuffing season, like, 'cause it's cold out, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, around here, that's the fake thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
The fake
you
idea
just need
is that
somebody
it's
to
cold.
cuddle with.
Right.
Cuddle up with me. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I hear you.
but our winter is so.
Long.
Hey, you need somebody to cuddle with, man.
Yeah.
It gets cold out here.
So
Paying for that heat.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah.
So yeah, then we push it out. So then
I don't
that's
think
fine.
you need a full month for playoffs either.
Well, it starts early.
You don't need a full month for what?
So then what's the so then you have so regardless, then you have cuffing season. I think cuffing season is one person.
Yeah,
One
I feel like that's
One
fair.
person. So then you get to playoffs. What do you see as the purpose of the playoffs? You're already down to one person. No one's competing.
But here's the thing: the way this is set up, cuffing season is your finalists.
Yeah, see, no,
You
that's
wouldn't
whack.
do that, yeah.
No, I think you have to choose one or the other. You have to ascribe to cuffing season, or you have to ascribe to the roster year round.
No,
One
I
of the
think
two.
you can do it. I just think this time period, the way they have it, is way too long. Because
Oh, you
I
think
think
it's too
I think
long?
you can get to 3 people as your finalists, and that can be your cuffing season finalists. But I think that shouldn't. That 2 weeks. Come on now, like if we're prescribing to all the time that we've talked about, you've known these people for long enough.
Sure.
You got to make a decision at some point, like F Boy Island. Sometimes, hey man, somebody
You
gotta
gotta
go, right? Somebody gotta go. So like, you just gotta make a choice. And so like for me, like the cuffing season playoff championship. I mean, we agree about championship game, but cuffing season playoff, to me, I feel like that should all be wrapped into one thing, and that should really be like a 2-week thing.
I just don't feel like that the masses are out here genuinely believing if they're with somebody in cuffing season that there's 2 other people involved in the scenario. So it gets a little like ethically suspicious to me, because it's like if you're out here playing the roster, then there's way more knowledge of like we're not in an exclusive relationship. Versus with this, it's like if you're gonna call it cuffing season, that like the origins of this are like that's bae, we're cuffed. Like I
I'm
just feel like
saying,
that's kind of whack.
anything is possible.
I mean, anything is possible.
But I
I'm
will-
just saying it's not good. I don't know.
But okay, but short of that, so cuffing season playoffs championship game.
yeah.
All I'll say is this: whoever you hanging out with on Valentine's Day, they won.
See, I see it almost in a completely different light. I see it more as like the playoffs and the championship game are with one person to determine if this cuffing season bay is going to be more than just that. So the
well.
playoffs and the championship are for that person to play against themselves of like, are you going to continue this into the spring and summer, or are we just going to be like, nah, this is cool. It's been great. It's been a great season. Regroup next year type thing.
But here's the thing. It's like this is based on a cuffing season schedule that then ends, and we go into we outside season. And so I'm just saying, you made it. You got my Valentine's Day dinner. You won cuffing season. Now, if we're talking about what can be more, excuse me, that's a whole nother thing.
I don't even know what I've been doing, but whatever. That's a fucking whole nother episode, and we got to wrap this thing up.
Yes. I feel like we've been going for a little minute here, so that's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we hit.
Yeah, we can leave.
everything.
We can leave those other things.
Yeah,
Those can go somewhere
those are
else.
things we can put in another thing. But
Yeah.
PDD, we're getting it off the ground. So
PDD, public displays of dating. How do y'all feel about it? You trying to hide bae? You trying to show them off? I mean, not even bae, but you know, whatever. Try the
like I said, you put the back of my head
Walk-ons.
anywhere on social media, and you're gonna see the back of my hand. No, I don't. But like,
that was aggressive, but it was funny.
Metaphorically, I'm not out here beating people, but it's fine. Point is, don't disrespect the motherfucker. We outside.
Yeah.
We love a good quarantines this time of year. Best podcast here today. We're gonna hit this drink break, even though you're not drinking.
My little fake cleanse.
Yeah, wow,
2
yeah.
weeks.
She's out here doing a little cleanse. All right, we hit the drink break. We'll be right back.